Before we start, make sure to like and subscribe for more educational English videos like this one. Asterisk a long journey toward a better future. Asterisk in today's rapidly changing world, people are constantly trying to improve their lives and build a better future. This idea of a better future can mean different things for different people. For some, it means having a successful career and earning a good salary. For others, it may mean living a peaceful life, spending time with family, or traveling around the world. No matter what their goals are, most people agree that change is an important part of life. One of the main factors that influence our future is education. Education does not only happen in schools or universities, it continues throughout our lives. For example, many people learn new skills by watching videos, reading books, or taking online courses. In recent years, online learning platforms have become extremely popular because they allow people to study anytime and anywhere. This flexibility is especially useful for those who work full-time but still want to improve themselves. Another important factor is technology. Technology has changed almost every aspect of our daily lives. We use smartphones to communicate, computers to work, and the internet to find information. While these tools make life easier, they also create new challenges. For instance, people sometimes spend too much time online and become less active in real life. This can affect both their physical and mental health. Therefore, it is important to use technology in a balanced way. In addition to education and technology, personal habits play a significant role in shaping our future. Small daily actions can lead to big results over time. For example, reading for just 20 minutes every day can greatly improve a person's knowledge and language skills. Similarly, regular exercise can help people stay healthy and energetic. On the other hand, negative habits, such as procrastination or lack of discipline, can prevent people from reaching their goals. Moreover, communication skills are becoming more and more important in the modern world. Being able to express ideas clearly and listen to others carefully is a valuable ability in both personal and professional life. People who communicate well often build stronger relationships and have more opportunities in their careers. Learning a foreign language, such as English, is also a great advantage because it allows people to connect with others from different cultures. Another topic that should not be ignored is mental health. In the past, people did not talk much about stress, anxiety, or emotional well-being. However, today we understand that mental health is just as important as physical health. Many people face pressure from work, school, or social expectations. As a result, they may feel tired, unmotivated, or even depressed. It is essential to take breaks, relax, and ask for help when necessary. The environment is also a key issue when we think about the future. Climate change, pollution, and the loss of natural resources are serious problems that affect the entire planet. Individuals, companies, and governments all have a responsibility to protect the environment. Simple actions, such as reducing waste, saving energy, and recycling, can make a big difference when many people do them together. Furthermore, globalization has connected people from different parts of the world more than ever before. Today, it is possible to work with someone who lives in another country or learn about different cultures through social media. This connection brings many benefits, such as cultural exchange and economic growth. However, it also requires people to be more open-minded and respectful of differences. Despite all these opportunities, life is not always easy. Everyone faces difficulties at some point. For example, people may lose their jobs, fail exams, or experience personal problems. What matters most is how they respond to these challenges. Instead of giving up, successful people try to learn from their mistakes and continue moving forward. They understand that failure is a natural part of the learning process. Setting goals is another important step toward a better future. Goals give direction and motivation. However, it is not enough to simply have goals. People must also make realistic plans and take action. Breaking big goals into smaller steps can make them easier to achieve. For instance, someone who wants to learn English can start by studying a little every day instead of trying to learn everything at once. In addition, time management is a skill that can greatly influence success. Many people feel that they do not have enough time, but often the problem is not the lack of time, but how they use it. By organizing their daily tasks and focusing on priorities, people can become more productive and less stressed. Family and friendships also play an important role in our lives. Support from loved ones can give people strength and confidence. Spending quality time with family and friends helps reduce stress and creates positive emotions. In contrast, loneliness can have negative effects on both mental and physical health. Finally, it is important to remember that success does not happen overnight. It requires patience, effort, and consistency. People who keep working toward their goals, even when progress is slow, are more likely to achieve long-term success. Believing in oneself is also essential. Without self-confidence, it is difficult to take risks or try new things. In conclusion, building a better future is a complex process that involves many different factors, including education, technology, habits, communication, and mental health. While there are many challenges, there are also countless opportunities. By staying positive, working hard, and continuing to learn, people can create a life that is both successful and meaningful.
The power of daily routines. In modern life, many people feel that their days are busy and sometimes even chaotic. They wake up, go to work or school, complete their responsibilities, and then return home feeling tired. At the end of the day, some people wonder why they did not achieve everything they planned. One of the main reasons for this situation is the lack of a clear daily routine. A daily routine is a set of habits and activities that a person follows regularly. It may include simple things like waking up at the same time every day, having breakfast, studying, exercising, and going to bed at a specific hour. While these actions may seem small or unimportant, they can have a powerful effect on a person's life over time. First of all, routines help people manage their time more effectively. When you have a plan for your day, you spend less time thinking about what to do next. This allows you to focus more on your tasks and complete them faster. For example, if a student decides to study English every evening at 7 p.m., this habit can become automatic after some time. As a result, the student will not need to struggle with motivation every day. Another benefit of daily routines is that they reduce stress. When life is unpredictable, people often feel anxious because they do not know what will happen next. However, having a routine creates a sense of control and stability. Even if there are unexpected problems during the day, a person can still rely on their routine to stay organized. In addition, routines can improve both physical and mental health. For instance, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day can improve sleep quality. Good sleep is essential for concentration, memory, and overall well-being. Similarly, including regular exercise in a daily routine can increase energy levels and reduce the risk of many health problems. Healthy eating is another important part of a good routine. Many people eat unhealthy food because they do not plan their meals. They may choose fast food or snacks simply because it is quick and easy. However, preparing meals in advance and eating at regular times can lead to better nutrition and improved health. Moreover, routines can help people achieve their long-term goals. Big goals often feel difficult or even impossible at the beginning. However, when these goals are divided into small daily actions, they become more manageable. For example, writing just one page every day can lead to a complete book after several months. In the same way, learning a few new English words daily can significantly improve language skills over time. Despite these advantages, some people believe that routines are boring or restrictive. They think that following the same schedule every day removes excitement from life. While it is true that too much structure can feel limiting, a balanced routine actually creates more freedom. When important tasks are completed on time, people have more free time to relax and enjoy their hobbies. It is also important to remember that a routine does not need to be perfect. Everyone has different lifestyles, responsibilities, and preferences. What works for one person may not work for another. Therefore, each individual should create a routine that suits their own needs. It is okay to make changes and improvements over time. Another useful idea is to start small. Trying to change everything at once can be overwhelming and may lead to failure. Instead, it is better to begin with one or two simple habits. For example, waking up 10 minutes earlier or reading for a short time each day can be a good start. Once these habits become part of daily life, new ones can be added gradually. Technology can also be helpful in building routines. There are many mobile applications that allow people to set reminders, track their habits, and organize their schedules. However, it is important not to depend too much on technology. Sometimes, simple methods, like writing a to-do list on paper, can be just as effective. Another challenge people face is staying consistent. It is easy to follow a routine for a few days, but maintaining it for weeks or months requires discipline. There may be days when a person feels tired or unmotivated. In such situations, it is important to remember the purpose of the routine and continue, even with small steps. Support from others can also make a difference. Friends, family members, or colleagues can encourage each other to stay on track. For example, studying with a friend or exercising together can increase motivation and make the process more enjoyable. Finally, it is important to include time for rest and relaxation in a daily routine. Constant work without breaks can lead to burnout, which is a state of physical and emotional exhaustion. Taking short breaks during the day and spending time on enjoyable activities can help maintain balance and prevent stress. In conclusion, daily routines are a powerful tool that can improve many aspects of life. They help people manage time, reduce stress, stay healthy, and achieve their goals. Although building a routine may take time and effort, the long-term benefits are worth it. By starting small, staying consistent, and making adjustments when necessary, anyone can create a routine that leads to a more organized and satisfying life.
A new beginning in a different city. When Ollie finished university, he felt both excited and nervous about his future. He had studied business administration for 4 years, and now it was time to start a new chapter in his life. Like many young graduates, he was not completely sure what he wanted to do, but he knew that he wanted to build a successful career. After several weeks of searching, Ollie finally found a job in a large company in Istanbul. This was a big opportunity for him, but it also meant that he had to leave his hometown and move to a completely new city. Although he had visited Istanbul before, living there was very different from being a tourist. On his first day in the city, everything felt overwhelming. The streets were crowded, the traffic was heavy, and people seemed to be in a hurry all the time. Ali rented a small apartment near his workplace so that he would not spend too much time commuting. Even though the apartment was not very big, it was comfortable enough for one person. Starting a new job was not easy. During the first few weeks, Ali had to learn many new things. He needed to understand the company's system, meet his colleagues, and complete his tasks on time. Sometimes, he made small mistakes, which made him feel worried. However, his manager was supportive and encouraged him to keep improving. One of the biggest challenges for Ollie was making new friends. In his hometown, he had many close friends and a strong social circle. In Istanbul, he did not know many people. After work, he usually went home and spent time alone. At first, this made him feel lonely. After a while, Ollie decided to change the situation. He joined a local sports club and started going to the gym regularly. There, he met people with similar interests. Slowly, he began to build new friendships. He also started exploring the city during weekends. He visited historical places, tried different restaurants, and learned more about the culture of Istanbul. As time passed, Ali became more confident in his job. He learned how to manage his time better and complete his tasks more efficiently. His colleagues started to trust him, and he even received positive feedback from his manager. This made him feel proud and motivated. Living alone also taught Ali many important life skills. He learned how to cook, manage his expenses, and take responsibility for his daily life. At first, these tasks were difficult, but over time, they became part of his routine. There were still some difficult days. Sometimes, Ali missed his family and old friends. He often called them or had video chats to stay connected. These conversations helped him feel better and reminded him that he was not alone. 1 year later, when Ollie looked back at his journey, he realized how much he had changed. He was no longer the same person who felt lost after graduation. He had become more independent, confident, and experienced. Moving to a new city had been a difficult decision, but it was also one of the best choices he had ever made. In conclusion, starting a new life in a different city can be challenging, but it also offers many opportunities for growth. By being patient, open-minded, and determined, people can overcome difficulties and create a better future for themselves.
Following a dream step by step, Zeynep had always been a curious person. Since her childhood, she enjoyed learning new things, meeting different people, and discovering new places. However, as she grew older, life became more serious. She had responsibilities, exams, and expectations from her family. Like many students, she sometimes felt confused about her future. After finishing high school, Zeynep decided to study engineering at a university in Ankara. At first, she was excited about this new experience. The campus was large, the classes were interesting, and she met many new friends. However, after a few months, she started to feel unsure about her decision. Engineering was not as enjoyable for her as she had expected. The courses were difficult, and she often struggled to understand some topics. While her classmates seemed confident and motivated, Zeynep felt lost. She began to question whether she had chosen the right path. During this time, she discovered something that changed her perspective. In her free time, she started watching videos about graphic design and digital art. She realized that she really enjoyed this field. She liked creating visual content, choosing colors, and expressing ideas in a creative way. This interest slowly turned into a passion. At first, Zeynep treated this as just a hobby. She downloaded simple design programs and practiced at home. She watched tutorials, followed online courses, and tried to improve her skills step by step. Even though she was busy with her university courses, she always found some time for design. After a year, Zeynep faced an important decision. She could continue studying engineering, which was a safe and traditional choice, or she could follow her passion for design, which was more uncertain. This decision was not easy. Her family expected her to finish her degree and find a stable job. For several weeks, she thought carefully about her future. She made lists of advantages and disadvantages. She talked to her friends and asked for advice. Some people told her to stay in engineering because it offered more job opportunities. Others encouraged her to follow her dreams. Finally, Zeynep decided to take a risk. She did not leave her university immediately, but she started to focus more seriously on design. She created a portfolio of her work and shared it online. She also began doing small freelance projects to gain experience. At the beginning, things were not easy. Some clients were difficult, and the payments were low. Sometimes, she felt tired because she had to balance both her studies and her design work. However, she did not give up. She believed that progress takes time. Slowly, her skills improved, and people started to notice her work. She received more project offers and worked with different clients. Each project taught her something new. She learned not only design skills but also communication, time management, and problem solving. After graduating from university, Zeynep made a final decision. Instead of working as an engineer, she chose to become a full-time graphic designer. This surprised many people around her, especially her family. At first, they were worried about her future. However, when they saw her determination and success, they began to support her. A few years later, Zeynep built a successful career in design. She worked with international clients and even started her own small design studio. She also helped other young people who wanted to follow similar paths. She shared her experiences and gave advice about learning and self-improvement. Looking back, Zeynep realized that her journey was not simple, but it was meaningful. She understood that success does not always come from following the safest path. Sometimes, it comes from taking risks, making mistakes, and learning from them. In conclusion, following a dream requires courage, patience, and hard work. It is not always easy, and there may be many obstacles along the way. However, People who believe in themselves and continue to move forward can create a life that truly makes them happy.